What makes a good project in your eyes?
Well, I'd have to say, you know, if I read it and the concept jumps out at me, you know, immediately, I'm like Phil said, I mean, I'm a sucker for a great story, and that's what every project comes down to. If there's something that's unique, if there's something that's told well, you know, that's what I'm interested in. And obviously, I have a multitude of different genre specifics that I naturally gravitate towards, like sci-fi or like horror. But it starts with the story, and that's how I think, you know, movies like The Shawshank Redemption and Terminator 2 can coexist in my own canon of film work, you know, because they both do things for me that sort of pull it off the page. And I think a unique element to it is something that draws me more than anything else too. Something that I haven't seen before. Right.
So what if somebody brings you a script? What are you looking for in a script?
Well, when we kind of in the bulk of what we were doing at Filmmakers, when we were making scripts or making projects, we were looking for scripts that were diverse, that had some sort of market appeal. We picked a slate of scripts that we thought would go out there and do really well, and purchased 3 scripts from different writers. One of those was what turned out to be Savage, that ended up playing on Chiller. That was just one of those things where we were looking for 3 different types of movies, and we wanted to see if we could market them. One was a supernatural thriller that we never made. One was sort of the teen slasher kind of movie that we never made, and then the last one was a creature feature, which we did make. So, you know, you really never know what's going to hit, and you always think you do, but yeah, you get a story that sort of you kind of fall in love with and say, hey, I like this idea, and I think we can make a really good movie out of it. So.
Phil, what, you know, somebody's, you know, Horrors of War comes across your desk. What?
Horrors of War comes across my desk now?
No, well, or something like that. What are you looking for, and how do you like react to things?
Well, it's changed over the years for me. When I started out, I was very interested in high concept projects that were fun but also commercially viable. And over time, you know, I taught screenwriting for a long time, as you know, at Ohio State.
Yes,
and I did the math, and I've read something like 30,000 pages of screenplays over that like 4-year period. So I think that, combined with my getting older and changing sensibilities, have led me to a point where it's all about the quality of the script. If it's a great concept, but the script is subpar, there's no attraction for me. The concept could be a great idea, but you know, it's one of those things where if you get something like that, like, it needs rewritten. And I've worked on, like, I don't know, 20-some features, and you know what it's like. You're working on these features where the scripts are, you know, the concept is there, and that's what they're trying to sell, but the script is unnecessarily dumb, you know?
Yeah. Yes.
You spend all this money to make these films, large and small. There's no reason the scripts have to be bad, but a lot of times they are. So I've kind of veered more toward looking at scripts where it's a good story told well, and whatever the genre. And this is what I work when I teach my students. It's a combination of 2 things. So it's a formula.
Yeah. 2
elements: convention, the thing that we're looking to see when we go see science fiction or drama or whatever. But invention, something new. If it's a familiar story, it's told in a new way. Okay. So it's sort of that invention and quality, kind of echoing what these guys have said.
Yeah.
Is what it boils down to for me.